Welcome to chair yoga. So sitting comfortably in your chair, we'll take a few moments just to prepare the body. So taking a few moments to relax, go ahead and close the eyes or drop the gaze. And turning the attention inward. Taking note as to how your body feels. Noting any areas of tension or tightness. And then taking 2 deep cleansing breaths. So take a nice big inhale through the nose and exhale it all out by blowing or sighing it out. And one more nice big inhale and exhale it all out. And then soften the muscles of the face. Relax the muscles of the neck. And the shoulders. And then turning the attention to the breath. Notice the inhale. And notice the exhale. And then we'll begin a nice, even breathing, inhaling and exhaling to a count of 4. So inhale, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. And just continue this nice, even breathing. If at any time it makes you lightheaded or dizzy, just go back to your own normal breathing pattern. And then we also set an intention for each practice to help remind us why we are here. So that may be a benefit you would like to receive, or just an uplifting or a positive thought or phrase. So think of an intention that you'd like to have for your practice today. And then with your next inhale, go ahead and lift your head and open your eyes. And then we'll begin the warm-up by turning our heads to look out over that right shoulder. And coming back to center and turning to look out over the left. And back to center, dropping the chin to the chest. And then lifting that chin and jutting that lower jaw out. And coming back to center and dropping the right ear to the right shoulder. And back to center and left ear to left shoulder. And back to center. And then extending those hands out in front of you, open and close the fingers. And then some wrist circles. And reverse. And then we're going to do a little hand yoga, which is great for getting the circulation going in the hands. So we're going to start by making a loose fist with your left hand. And then this flat part of your knuckle, so between the second and third knuckle, you're just going to take that and you're just going to do this little pulsing in your right palm. And we're going to do that about 40 times, which actually goes kind of fast. Good. Now switch. Make that fist with your right hand, and you're going to do that pulsing of the left palm. Good. Now take the back of the left hand, and you're going to do this slapping the back of the right hand. And if you want to try this later yourself, again, you would 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You would just count to 40. And then switch. Good. Now, you're going to thread your fingers in each other, and then you're going to pulse here. Good. Now just pause, look and see which index finger is first, and then re-thread your fingers so the other index finger is first, and try it again. It'll feel kind of weird that second time. Good. Now we're going to do that webbing between your index fingers and thumb. So take the left and you're going to pulse in the right. And then switch, so now the right hand's on top and you're pulsing to the left. Good. Now, as you release, just go ahead and place your hands on your thighs and relax them out a moment. And if you close your eyes and focus on those hands, hopefully you're feeling maybe some tingling going on. Maybe they're warmed up if your hands were cold. Good. And then kind of open and close. So that's a great way if your hands are stiff, especially as we go into cold weather. It's a great way to get the circulation going. All right, let's work on the wrists now. So we're going to do a little hula. So we'll do it twice to the right, twice to the left. Good. Just let those wrists flow. Good. Let's do once more each side. Good. And then bring those hands back to the lap. If your legs are extended, then walk those feet in, sitting up nice and tall. We'll do some shrugs. And then next time you pick the shoulders up, roll them to the back. Good. And bringing those shoulders down to neutral, maybe walking to about midway in the chair, just so you've got room to move. We'll extend the arms out in front, palms facing down. So we're going to do a couple swimming motions. We're going to start with a modified crawl. So you're just going to drop the hand down, bring it back to the center. So you don't have to go all the way up over your head. Good. Just drop it down, bend that elbow, bring the hand back to center. Good. Let's try it once more each side. Good. And then bring the arms alongside the body, starting with the right hand. We're going to do a backstroke. So bring the arm up. You're going to gaze at your thumb as you bring that arm all the way around behind you and around. And then the left. Sweep that arm up and back. Good. And right. Probably a little close here to my window. Good. And left. Just gazing at your thumb as you bring it all the way around. Let's do it once more each side. Up and around. Good. And left. Good. And then sitting up nice and tall, extending the right leg as we point and flex the foot. And then some ankle circles. And reverse. Good. And then the left leg, same thing, point and flex. And circles. And reverse. Good. All right, so now we're going to take that right leg, we're going to extend it out, then lift your thigh and slowly bring your foot back in or bend that knee. So again, slide it out, lift, slowly bend the knee as you bring that heel back. Good, and then down. Couple more. Good, let's do it once more. Slide it out so your leg is almost straight. Lift it up, bring it back in. Good. All right, on the left. Good. And left. Good. Two more. And last one. Good. All right. For the next one, you are going to need to come to the edge of the chair. We'll extend the right leg, have your heel on the floor, and then position yourself so that you can rotate your leg. So on your heel, we're just going to do this in and out movement of the leg. So we're warming up the hip joints. Good. And then come back to center, slide that foot back in, try it on the left. Good. And then slide that left foot back in. So sitting up nice and tall, we'll bring the right arm alongside the body. Inhale, sweep that left arm up, and exhale, bend to the right. And then coming back to center, switch arms, inhale, and exhale, bend to the left. Good. Release back to center, and then coming into a twist, we'll place the left hand on the right knee. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale, turn and look to the right. And then release back to center, and we'll try it on the other side. Right hand on the left knee. Inhale, and to exhale, turn and look to the left. Good, and then release back to center. Placing the hands on the thighs, we'll do a spinal warm-up of cat-cow. Remember to modify, if you have osteoporosis, just eliminate that rounding or cat part. Keep the spine in neutral. All right, with an inhale, we'll lift the chest and chin for cow. And then with the exhale, either neutral or rounding the back, dropping the chin to the chest, and then coming back into cow. Exhale into cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Good, let's try it once more. Inhale. And exhale. Good. And just coming back to neutral. So before we come up to standing, we're going to be focusing on the hips today. So we're going to do a little warm up in the chair in a seated position. So we'll do a little hip walk up to the edge of the chair, keeping the left knee bent, and take that foot out to the side a little bit, so it's on the diagonal. Then you're going to extend the right leg, and here's where you may want to shift those hips over to the right. So you can extend the right leg. You want to have your knee and your foot facing forward, that right leg, so you're not, rotating the thigh. Keep your hips facing forward, and we're going to come into warrior two. So we'll inhale, lift those arms. Good. And then turn to look out over the middle left finger. And continue to breathe. Good. And then from here, we're going to come into triangle. So we'll take that left arm. You're going to place the back of the forearm against that left thigh. Inhale, and then as you exhale, just bring that hand down the leg as you lift the right arm. Good. And continue to breathe. Good. And then with the inhale, go ahead and lift the torso, relax those arms down, and we'll try it on the other side. So walk that right foot in. Again, you're going to have the knee at an angle, but shift your legs over, or your hips over to the left so you can extend that left leg. Good. So the right knee is on that diagonal. Try to keep the torso upright. Again, lifting the arms and then turning to look out over the middle right finger. Good, and then we'll come into triangle. So take a nice big inhale. With your exhale, you're going to lean a little bit to the right, bring your arm to that right inner thigh, and then lift the left arm. Good, and then with the inhale, go ahead and lift the torso, relax those arms, bring that left foot back in, shift your hips back to the center of the chair, and then we'll come up to standing. So shift that weight forward, come on up. Grab a drink if you've got your water nearby. I'm going to put my chair to the side for a moment. We'll use that in a second. All right, so I mentioned we're going to focus on the hips. So let's go ahead and start in Tadasana. So keeping those feet hip width apart and feet are parallel. Find the four corners of the feet, tightening the front of the thighs, bringing the arms alongside the body. Lift and tighten the abdominals, lengthen through the spine. Good. Lift the shoulders, roll them down the back. Good. Keeping the chin parallel, gazing forward. And just take a few breaths here. And then with your next inhale, we'll sweep the arms up, place the palms together, clasp your hands, but leave your, so it looks like this, leave your index fingers pointing up. And then take a nice big inhale to lengthen, and exhale, we'll bend to the right. Coming back to center, and exhale to the left. Good. Inhale, center, and once more right. And center, and exhale, left. Good. Coming back to center, go ahead and release those arms down. Wiggle it out. Good. And then we're going to widen our stance. I'm going to turn diagonally here so you can see me. So you want to have your feet wider than your hips. We're going to do a little forward fold. I usually bring my hands and place them on the back of my thighs. What that does is it opens up your chest. So as you come forward, you're not rounding. You're keeping that chest open. So we'll come forward about 45 degrees. So we'll inhale to lengthen. And then as you exhale, you're going to bend from the hip. Coming forward, again, about 45 degrees. Keep a little bend in your knees if the hamstrings are tight. And then inhale, lift the torso back up. Good. And then with your next exhale, again, coming forward, just keep your neck in line with the spine. Inhale, lift. Good. Let's try it once more. Exhale, forward. Again, keep a bend in the knees if you need to. Focus on that low back. Inhale, come on up. Good. All right, go ahead and step your feet together. Here's where you will need your chair. So we'll come around the chair so that your left side is next to the chair. And we're going to do some hip openers or some hip warm-ups before we get into the postures. So the first one we're going to do is called a cigarette twist. You're going to put the weight in the left leg. Just put the ball of the right foot on the floor. And then you're going to do this in and out. Remember how we warmed up with that a little bit? So we're going to do that now standing. I was not a smoker, but I'm assuming it's like what people would do when they would put their cigarette out. So anyway, it's a great way to warm up the hip. Good. All right, go ahead and relax that out. And then we'll try it on the left. So come around the other side of the chair. And same thing, weights in that right leg, bend the left knee, just the ball of the foot on the floor. And you're doing this little twist. I guess here's the twist part if you want to put that into it. We're just focusing on the hip. Good. All right, come back around the other side. We're going to come into a little more what's called dynamic stretching, so that movement. All right, so shift the weight over to the left leg. This time you're going to bend the right knee and you're going to take it out to the side and back in. Good. One more here. Now, keeping the knee bent, you're just going to do this leg swing. So just taking the knee forward and back. Try to keep your torso from moving. Good. Last one here. Good. All right, let's try it on the other side. All right, weights in the right leg. Here we go. Left leg, just this in and out. Good. One more. Good. Knee goes forward, and then this swing back and forth. Good. One more here. Good. All right. Rest it out. Walk it out. Shake those legs out a little bit. And then come back around the right side. All right. So now we're actually going to be holding some postures, and we're going to start with tree pose. So we'll put the weight in the left leg. Hold on to the chair if you need to. Bend that right knee. Take it out on that diagonal. Options are to leave the toes on the floor, just rest the right foot on the left ankle. You can balance here if you'd like, or if you want to pick that right foot up. Again, I usually always come to prayer hands here, get my balance, find my gazing point. Again, you can keep a hand on the chair if you'd like, and then extend those arms up, either the one or both. Good, and continue to breathe. So just keep a hand there if you need to. Focus on your form. Good, and then release, walk it out. We'll try it on the other side. So shifting the weight now into the right leg, bend that left knee. Again, take it out on the diagonal. You're welcome to stay here or pick that foot up. And you don't have to extend your arms, or try it with just keeping a fingertip or two on the chair. You're always welcome to just keep the hands in prayer. Find your gazing point out in front of you. Keep those eyes still. Good, and then exhale, bring the arms down. Release that left leg, walk it out. And then bringing the chair to the short end of your mat, we're going to do what's called a half moon pose. So we're going to use the back of the chair to help us balance. So we'll take the left leg. You're going to place this so that it's facing the back of the chair. Put the weight in that left leg and bend your knee a little bit. Just don't lock it. Have your right toes on the floor, and you're going to turn your pelvis so it's facing to the right. Then, as you have the weight in that left leg, hold on to the back of the chair and see if you can lift your right leg and maybe your right arm. Good. You don't have to pick that right leg up really high, but this is a great posture for strengthening the hip. It's the glutes that you're strengthening. Good. And then exhale, bring that right arm, right leg down, walk it out. And then we'll try it on the other side. So having your right foot face the back of the chair, have the weight in it. Just put a little bend in the knee. Point your left toes behind you. I'm going to turn my pelvis so that it's facing now to the left. And then as I put the weight into that left leg, see if you can straighten your left leg. Hold on to the back of the chair. Extend that right leg. Lift your left leg and your left arm. Good. And breathe. Good. And then go ahead and inhale, come on back up, and then walk it out. Shake those legs out. And then facing the chair, we'll come into downward facing dog. So hands on the chair as you walk those legs back. Keep a bend in the knee. Extend through the arms. Pull the shoulders down the back. Drop the chest. Good. And continue to breathe. Good. And then to come out of the pose, bend your knees, walk in towards the chair, lifting the chest. And then the last stretch we're going to do now focuses on those muscles on the sides of the hip. So we'll start by having the chair on the right side. So you want to have your right hand on the chair. Take your left leg, cross it behind the right. And then you're going to sweep your left arm up, and you're going to exhale and bend to the right, and at the same time, push that left hip to the left a little bit. So you should be feeling that stretch right in here. I mean, you're going to feel it in the waist too, but mostly in what's called that IT band. Good, and then come back up to center. Let's try it on the other side. So weights in the left leg, cross that right foot behind the left, sweep the right arm up, and then exhale as you bend to the left. You can kind of use the chair here. You can do this up against the wall also, and then push that right hip out. It'll deepen the stretch. Good. And then inhale as you release and cross the legs. Grab a drink as we then come down back to the chair. And then walk those hips up to the edge of the chair. We're going to do a little back bend, cobra pose. So you want to bring your hands a little bit behind your hips. So whatever is comfortable, you kind of have to see with your chair and the way the legs are. But if you sit up towards the edge of the chair, you've got a little room to bring the hands behind you. All right, and then with an inhale, we're going to lift the chest and exhale, looking up, coming into your nice, even breathing. Good, and then with the inhale, bring the chest back down as you release with your exhale. Let me turn back to the front. And sitting up nice and tall, we're going to take our feet and just shuffle your feet over to the right. So now your thighs are angled a little bit to the right. We'll take the right hand, place it on the left knee, to the outside of the knee. Inhale to lengthen, and then exhale, turn and look to the left. Good, and then release the twist. And we'll shuffle those feet over to the left. So again, those thighs are angled. Left hand on the right knee. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale, turn and look to the right. Continue to breathe. Good, and then release back to center. Walk those feet back to the center. And then come on up to the edge of the chair. Keep the left knee bent. We'll extend the right leg, heel on the floor. Make sure you're on the edge of the chair so you can extend through the back of the knee. And then you should feel a nice stretch in the back of the right thigh. So if you want to deepen that, bend from the hip. So you keep the back straight, chest is lifted. And continue to breathe. Good, and then go ahead and inhale, and then we'll try it on the other side. If you're feeling a nice stretch here, then stay where you are. If you want to deepen it, as you bend from the hip, coming forward a little bit, tighten the front of that thigh. Good, and then with the inhale, go ahead and lift the torso and walk that left foot back. Sitting midway in the chair, we'll do a nice stretch for the hip, also this time mainly the glute. We're going to either cross the right foot over the left and just let that right knee open up to the side. Or if you're okay crossing that right foot over the left thigh, then we'll stay here. So either one. Either one gives you a nice stretch. If you are here, I would recommend coming up to the edge of the chair so you can really open up that knee. You'll get a little deeper stretch there. Okay. This one, though, you'll want to sit back a little bit. Good, and continue to breathe. Good, and then go ahead and lift the torso. Release that right leg. We'll try it on the left. Again, either crossing the ankles or crossing on the thighs. Good, and breathe. Good, and then go ahead and lift the torso. As you uncross, go ahead and widen the knees again, coming up towards the edge of the chair. We'll do a nice stretch for the inner thigh and into the hip here, bringing the hands to either thigh. Inhale, and then exhale, I usually press my forearms into my thighs as I come forward. So what I've done is I've actually tilted my pelvis forward. Make sure you haven't rounded that low back. You're just tilting the pelvis forward. Good, and you should feel that in the inner thigh and into the hip. Good, and with the inhale, come on back up. Walk those feet in, sitting about midway in the chair. Then we're going to just kind of put everything together. Before we have Savasana, we're going to do what's called a moon salutation. So just a nice, easy flow to cool everything down. So bring the arms alongside the body. With an inhale, sweep the arms up, palms together. Exhale, hands to the heart, and just hop those feet out to the side. Take your right arm, come back to placing it against that right thigh, and inhale, extend the left arm up. Good. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, and then you'll switch arms. Good. With an exhale, back to center, hop those feet back to center, and then we'll repeat. So inhale, exhale. This time start on the left. Inhale, exhale. Inhale to the right. Exhale, center, hop or just walk those feet together. Here we go. Inhale, exhale, feet wide on the right. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, bring those feet in. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale to the heart. All right, here we go. Inhale. Oops, what am I doing? That was something else. Exhale. I don't remember now which side I'm on, but inhale. Exhale, inhale, exhale, bring those legs together. Inhale and exhale to the heart. Good. All right, go ahead and do a little hip walk back to the back of the chair, coming back into that relaxed position. Go ahead and close the eyes or drop the gaze. Returning the attention to the breath. Notice the inhale. And notice the exhale. Feel the breath as it enters the nostrils and flows into the lungs. Focus on the rib cage as it expands with each inhale and contracts with each exhale. And then focus on the physical body. Relax all the muscles from the feet all the way up to the crown of the head. Release any tension. tightness. And then focus on the mind. Release any thoughts, worries, or anxieties. And if these try to come back in, without any judgment, just release them. And turn the attention back to the breath. Again, notice the inhale and notice the exhale. And allow yourself just a few moments to completely let go. Begin to deepen your breath. And then start moving your fingers and toes. And then the wrists. And the ankles. Keeping the body relaxed. Oh, I'm sorry, bending one knee and then the other. And keeping the body relaxed, focus on the intention that you set at the beginning of the practice. And then taking one more deep cleansing breath. So take a nice big inhale and exhale it all out. And then go ahead and lift your head and open your eyes. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.